Hi guys, welcome to the Black Sheep Kitchen. We only cook vegan here. I'm Alex. Let's get into it. Okay, today we're gonna cook pizza. The recipe is by our Italian cameraman, Gabo. Let me take the camera just. Alright, so first thing you'll need to make the pizza dough is a big bowl. You'll need, well, we're gonna triple it, but the original recipe says 1 cup of flour and 1 teaspoon of yeast and oil, and then a little bit of lukewarm water, just until it forms a dough. All right, 3 cups of flour, not spilt at all. All right, now I'll add a tablespoon of yeast, and then mix that up. All right, so as knowledge, 1 tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. Alex facts. All right, so now that you've added your yeast, you're gonna grab a whisk and just start whisking it in to make sure that the yeast and flour are combined before we add the wet ingredient. Now that those are nicely mixed, we'll add some oil, olive oil, to make it non-stick. Perfect. Then we'll just, okay. And now we whisk. It'll stick to your whisk, so you need to get in with your hands and unstick them from the whisk. Now is the time that you get in with your hands. No more whisking. Whisking is for losers. Now you just start, now that you've crumpled up your olive oil, you're gonna grab 1 cup of hot water. Well, warm to hot, because I find it works better in the rising process. And this water is extremely hot. Not boiling hot, but just hot. All right, so now just add a little bit by little bit until it forms a dough that still has flour left, and you're gonna put it on your cutting board and start kneading. All right, so I've actually formed a dough here, but I still need to add water. So just knead it like so. So form it into a ball, fold it towards you, then push away. Turn towards you, push away. And then after you've done that about maybe 10 times, do it the other way. Flip it around, and then just go like whoop. But do that as you're adding water, so it still collects all the flour around it. All right, so now that it's sort of formed a dough, and you have about, I don't know, a good amount of flour left, and it's still a little bit sticky, you're gonna pour it onto your cutting board. Put your dough to the side, grab out every single piece of flour, even the ones that stick, so your bowl is almost completely clean. You want everything in there, like this. This is fine to leave. So now that you've got your flour, you're gonna put your dough on the flour, and then just knead. Then just flip it around so you can get all of the flour. And you could add water here and there, just to make sure that it, for 3 cups, for tripling the recipe, I've used about 1 cup of water, so yeah. But use more if you need. Don't always just trust what I used. All right, you don't have to use all the flour that you put in, but just enough so it forms a dough, like so. And just keep on kneading it for a little bit, but make sure not to over knead it. So I'm gonna stop my dough at about here, sort of make it like a ball. And then we're gonna set it in the bowl for 1 hour to rise. You could use olive oil as a non-stick, but yeah. This is an exception where we use olive oil. Don't use olive oil after this. It's bad. All right. Okay, now it's fully, now you can see it's not breaking. And that's what we want. And now we'll put it in the bowl and get to rising. We're only gonna use a little bit. Okay, now we put it in, and we put a clean cloth over it. And we let it rise for 1 hour. All right, now it's time to make the sauce while your dough is rising. Okay, so first, you're gonna need 3/4 of an onion, or you could just put a full onion in if you're lazy. But you only need 1 tomato, 1 garlic clove, and 1/4 of an onion if you're gonna make this sauce just not tripled, I guess. But for me, I'm gonna triple it and add extra onion because I'm hungry. And I don't wanna waste time cutting. I'm just kidding. All right, peel your onion and then cut off the top and then the bottom. Okay, and then you can cut it in half, I guess. If your blender is strong, just don't cut it in half. All right. Cut off the top of a tomato. Then you just cut it into quarters. And you do that with all 3. Life hack. To easily peel a garlic, you can just smash. And then the peel just comes off. And then just throw it in the blender. I'm using 3 garlic cloves, but you can use more. I just really like garlic, and Gabo does too because garlic originated from Italy, obviously. All right, and we're almost done. This is the last one. You're gonna add some water as like a mixer. All right. You don't need much water. You don't want this sauce to be too thin. Okay, you guys. Lid. Okay. And all right. And it still won't work. A knife could do anything. Now it's blended. Sort of. All right. You want it to be a little bit coarse, just so you get tomato flavor, and you don't want it to be just too much of a liquid. So, if you see here, come look. See if I grab it, then there's still little coarse bits. That's what you want. So, we're gonna grab a pot. Gabo, no! You've revealed our secret. That there's flour over there. No, there's no flour. There's no flour. I'm just a magician. All right. So you're gonna grab a big pot and then put your tomato in. It's a lot of tomato sauce. For a lot of dough, of course. All right. And if not, you can just save it for like tortilla pizzas. You just you grab a tortilla, you toast it so it's like crunchy. You put your cheese on and your tomato sauce, your extra tomato sauce that you made. I don't know how you're gonna melt the cheese. Figure that out. Okay. I didn't touch the wrong one. You don't know what you're talking about. All right, guys. Once your sauce is not completely to a boil, like so, it's just like frothy red, you're gonna add some spices. I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning. Not made by Gabo, but it would have been better. I'm gonna add a generous sprinkle. All right. Then just mix that up. You don't want clumps of Italian seasoning. Unless it's Gabbo's Italian seasoning, then you do. All right. But this tomato sauce is going to be so good that you're going to want to eat it even not on the pizza. That's good tomato sauce. This is also Gabbo's recipe, by the way. Say thanks to Gabbo. Thanks, Gabbo. All right. Continuing on. Once you've mixed your Italian seasoning in, you're going to add some thyme, which I forgot where it is. Oh, here it is. You're going to add some thyme. And then just mix it up. Just add what feels right. But you don't want to add too much because you don't want the herbs to be overpowering the flavor. If you overpower the flavor, then you're just going to taste herbs. And nobody just wants to taste herbs. You want to taste the tomato, the garlic, the onion. It'll just all come together nicely. Okay, and you're gonna, do I add pepper? Okay, you're gonna add some salt. A little bit. You're gonna add some pepper, and then just mix. See how good that looks? It's soon gonna turn a nice red, nice deep red once it boils. Once it boils, you're gonna let it simmer, and then just make sure that it doesn't overcook. By overcook, I mean burn it, like I almost did last time I made tomato sauce. Almost burnt it. So, once your tomato sauce looks like this, you're gonna just mix it up and then put it to simmer, because now it's almost fully cooked. So you put it on low, or for me, I'm gonna put it on medium low, just because this is such a big pot of tomato sauce. I never make this big of tomato sauce, but I have to for my family. So now you're just gonna let it simmer, like that. Leave a little bit open. It's important so it doesn't froth over. But now you're just gonna let it simmer for a little bit. And meanwhile, wash the dishes maybe, cut the veggies. But I'm not gonna cut veggies because veggies are for losers. Losers who put veggies on pizza. But I'm just kidding. This is a joke. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. Don't cancel me. Anyway, you could add zucchini, broccoli, mushrooms, but I'm not gonna do that because I like my pizza plain cheese. Cheese is what we're gonna be grating. So grab out your multi-use grater. I also use this to cut people's hair. Okay, you're gonna add some cheese. All right, one cheese that I like is imitation queso mozzarella.
Plant-based.
Plant-based. It's a great alternative, and it's a block, so you can shred it and it melts nice, stretchy. I think I need more cheese. I'm making a lot of dough. Speaking of dough, we should probably check up on it. Okay, let's go check up on our dough. So, my dough is already expanded. You can see the little yeast particles, but we still have more time to go. It's gonna grow much larger, and then we'll knead the dough. You need a lot of cheese if you're gonna make as much as I am, and I mean a lot of cheese. A lot. All right, so you don't want your sauce to be too watery like this, so you're gonna cook it longer until it becomes more of a paste, sort of. So I'm gonna turn it lower so it actually simmers. As you can see, it's turned a nice red color. It looks orange on camera, but it's red in real life. Okay. So we'll just let it simmer longer. And now we wait. You can wait for your dough to rise, and then the sauce will most likely be ready. Okay, so now that your dough is finished, we're gonna make pizza balls because we're fancy. All right, so gonna grab a little bit. And then once you put a little bit of flour just on the end of your rolling pin, then you're gonna roll it out. Roll out your little ball, and then you're just gonna roll it out into a circle shape, like a miniature pizza. Make sure it's nice and flat. You want it to be as thin as the pizza crust, so it cooks nicely, but not too thin, so the toppings don't fill out. Yeah. Okay. So, first thing you're gonna add is some tomato sauce. Flatten this out. Make sure it's like a circle shape, because you want it to be like a little pizza crust. So just like this is good. You're gonna grab a little bit of tomato sauce and put it in. My tomato sauce is a little bit runny, so just maybe cook it for a little bit longer. I don't know. Just simmer it for a little bit longer. You're gonna go like that. Then like that. There we go. And you put that to the side. Perfect. Hola, niños y niñas. Trying to record me, aren't you? Okay, so now we're gonna make the pizza. Just roll out your dough. This is if you were making like a normal pizza. You just roll out your dough into a circle, add tomato sauce and toppings. Buongiorno. È hora de iniciar la pizza. If you want, you can add like garlic butter on top, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. Okay. You should put your dough onto the parchment. And then all right. Okay, I have to spread this out better. I'm horrible. I'm just gonna grab a smaller spoon, better spoon. Wow, this smells amazing. And just to be fancy, we're gonna add a little bit of cheese on the pizza ball, so it looks better. All right, well, now we're just gonna put this in the oven for 20 minutes and then eat it. Put these in the oven for 20 minutes at 220 or until golden brown and fluffy and the cheese is melted. Enjoy. All right, time to try it. Not like I already tried it. Try it at home. Wait. Big thanks to our Italian cameraman, Gabo.